Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to explain the split on option which is there in some of the Power Automate triggers. Here I have listed some of the triggers which have the split on option, but the same option can be found in many other triggers also. So now we'll see this option in an actual flow. I have created two flows, the first and the second one. In the first flow, the split on option is turned off, and in the second flow, the split on option is turned on. First, we will see the second flow, and by default, the split on option is turned on in all the triggers. If we go to settings, then we can see that the split on option is turned on. And the trigger being used here is when an item is created or modified in SharePoint. And this is the target SharePoint for this flow. It is having one employee column, which is having employee name, second is employee ID, and the third is posting column. And since this is for demo purpose only, so I am assuming that only this third column, posting column, will get updated, not the first and second column. So whenever a posting column will get updated, this flow will send an email to the employee mentioning that your job location has been updated to the new location. So while updating this posting column, there can be a case when we are updating multiple line items with a very short time interval between them. So first we update the posting for the first line item, then immediately we update the posting for the second item, or else we select all the line items like this and then we go to edit and then we update the posting here. So for these kind of scenario, the split on option comes into picture. So if I go back to the slide, so in the both cases, this line items are updated with very short time interval between them. And in the first case, the split on option is turned on. And in this case, a separate Power Automate flow will get triggered for each line item. But in the second case, when the split on is turned off, at that time, only a single Power Automate flow will get triggered, and that flow will get input from all the three line items. So we can see here that we are having an array, and that array is having three objects, and each object is having details of the corresponding line items. And this array will go as an input to the Power Automate flow. So we'll execute both our flow where the split on option is turned off and the other one where it is turned off. Before running, we'll verify the emails inboxes also of the employees. This is the inbox for Joni, and we can see there are no emails in this. And this is the inbox for Diego. Here also we can see there are no emails here. And yeah, for I'm showing two inboxes only. And now we'll go and update the SharePoint. Yeah, I have selected all the three and I'll update it from Chennai to, I'll update to Bangalore. And if I have saved. And yeah, since split on option is turned on, so we should have three flows. So we'll wait for the flow to get triggered. Yeah. So the three flows have been triggered. I'll check any of these flows. So if we check the input JSON for this flow, I'll copy the JSON and I'll paste in a formatter. I'll minimize the headers. And in the body, we can see it is having details for one employee only. In this case, it is having detail for Diego only. It's not having detail for any other employee. And if we check, we can check the inboxes also. You can say this is the inbox for Juni, and she has received an email that the job location has been updated to Bangalore. Similarly, Diego has also received email that the job location has been updated to Bangalore. So this is for split on option turned on. And now we'll see the other flow where the option is turned off. We'll disable this flow. Sorry, we will turn off this flow, and we will turn on the other flow where the disable split on option is turned off. Yeah. So before running this flow, we will check this flow also. Here you can see the split on option is turned off, and here since we'll get the item details in the form of an array, so I have used one apply to each, and I'm iterating for each objects in that array, and I'm sending email to the employee mentioning the same message. And one additional activity I have done here is I am appending the recipient name in a variable, and finally I am sending a report mail to myself mentioning that the job posting update email has been sent to these recipients. So we'll verify all these emails. Now I'll go to SharePoint, and I'll again update the job location from Bangalore. I'll update from Bangalore to Hyderabad. And since the split on option is turned off, so only one flow should get triggered. So you can see a flow has got triggered here. We'll see this flow. First, we'll check the input JSON. I'll minimize the header. And in the body, we can see we are having a square bracket, which implies that it is an array. And inside array, we are having three objects. These are the three objects corresponding to the three line items. If I expand the first object, then we can see it is for Diego. And the second one is for Joni. And similarly, the third one for the third employee. And now we'll verify our inboxes also. This is for Joni. She has received email that the job location has been updated to Hyderabad. Similarly, Diego has received this same email. And finally, I would have received the report email that the job posting location has been updated for these employees. And now I'll go to the final slide. So when should we turn off the split on option? So I can think of two scenarios, and I have listed those two here. First is the obvious one when we want to avoid multiple flow runs. So if we want to have a single run only so that it will be easier to monitor, track, and to troubleshoot, in that case we can turn it off. And the second is when our flow requires the complete collection instead of individual line items, then also we can turn it off. For example, in our flow itself, we were sending a report. So that report needed all the employee details because it has to send the report email. So in that case, also we can turn it off. So yeah, there can be additional reasons also for turning it off, but I have listed these two only. So yeah, that's all about split on option. Thank you.